Uranus is officially retrograde in Gemini right before our eclipse on September 7th. Here we go. My goodness. I think the timing of Uranus turning around is so strange and profound at the same time because Neptune rules Pisces, and Pisces is where our eclipse is for the September 7th date. And Neptune is also ruling over Saturn because it's in Aries. It's going to be very mental, a lot of mental changes. And Saturn and Uranus, which are both now retrograde, are both ruling over the Pluto that's retrograde in Aquarius. Which Pluto has been retrograde since like earlier this year, is like May time, I'm pretty sure. Right now I'm sleepy and I don't remember the specific date, but I'm pretty sure it was May time, but we're gonna move on. And one of the things about Pluto retrograde is that we are finalizing. I don't have to do that anymore and I'm never gonna do it again. See ya never. See ya never. I got clever and I'm moving on. So because that happens with Pluto retrograde, and now Saturn and Uranus are both retrograde, which are the rulers of Aquarius. And one of those rulers is being ruled by Neptune, which is also ruling the eclipse. Talk about a big ending that's about to happen. What you working on? What's the new stuff? What needs to leave so that you can have that? Uranus also, just a reminder, it's the big stuff. It's the big stuff, okay? Not necessarily the big stuff that makes you tough. That would be more Saturn related. Uranus big stuff is like, oh, here's a storm that's passing through. Big stuff. Now, I'm not saying it's a storm that's going to be for you. And also, it's the primordial spirits. So, nature. Yeah, nature. Also, Aquarius is the air that is the farthest to the edge of the atmosphere. So it's like if there's change that comes from that position, it has to go all the way through everything else to make it down to the earth. Big stuff. Part of the reason it's unpredictable is because it's bigger than me and you. Okay, it's bigger than a lot of us. We don't know that stuff. That is an authority in the spirit that is above us, and thank the gods, keep it there. I don't want it. I have enough. You can have that. Thank you so much for holding it. Okay. I'm grateful for that. That's true. So if you know there's change coming in, you can feel it. Here we go. Yep, that's the part of it. I think really the check-in now is, do I feel ready? You know, like, okay, we're gonna go back to the storm analogy. If there's like a big storm rolling in, have you got your supplies? Have you done the prep work? Like, have you done everything you know is necessary for the kind of storm that is coming in? Because every kind of storm is different. Is it tornadoes? Is it a hurricane? Is it a blizzard? You know, every storm requires different preparation. So if you feel like, yeah, because that's where I'm at right now. Everything that needs to be done is done. Now I'm just waiting for the signal to move. Once I get the signal, and there might be many of them, is what I'm hearing right now, clarity on that. Once I get the signal to move, my bat wings are flapping, I'm out. See you later, never. Skedautskis, we're done. Skedautskis? I'm not really sure where that came from, but you know what? Whatever. We're finished, and so it is. And then let's talk also about Uranus being retrograde in continuation, because Uranus isn't just going to be retrograde for the eclipse. It is, but it's going to continue to be retrograde for a while. So there's going to be more sort of like chaotic, random happenings that bring things to a close so that new stuff can begin. It's like if the primordial spirits came through and cleared the board a little bit so that you can have the new start and the new stuff. Sometimes, again, the authority is bigger than us. So if you're needing the authorities that are bigger than you in the spirit, not necessarily within the institutions, okay? Track it. If you need that authority to come, but maybe, I don't know, Saturn is another ruler of Aquarius, so like, let's be really real about that. Occasionally that human-made authority is going to be a part of that experience. Moving on though, just for clarity's sake. Sometimes I have to take my personal issues with institutionalized authority and put it to the side so that I can explain the planets and their functions and how they work here on Earth, which Saturn is included in the hierarchical structures of institution. But those changes are going to change and they're going to rearrange and it's going to be kind of out of our hands. It's the stuff that has already been planned. Also with Uranus, a lot of the times, it's like the stuff that's already been prophesized, whether we realize it or not, that we can't get out of. Since Pluto's in Aquarius as well, we have a little bit more insight to that stuff these days because it's more binding for us and like we can see more detail. It's also more contractual. And if you figure out, listen up, Pluto baddies, okay? If you figure out how to work with, I don't know what he's doing, but he wants to say hello. Gone just as quick. If you figure out, okay, how that Pluto and Aquarius energy is working for you, that is where, just like the 8th house, you can make money and resources and have exchanges. But first you have to figure out how to read the energy. So if you're Pluto ruled, Scorpio ruled, 8th house ruled. That would be something to study over the coming years. So, looking like my eyebrows half shaved. Anyways, gratitude, reverence, and love to you. Uranus is retrograde. Keep up the brew you do. Here we go, into the storm. I hope you're prepared. I hope you prep, because things are about to be removed. And we're about to go into the new stuff. It's like the big giant spirits being like, okay, you're done with this thing. And then that, okay, we get to go now. I get to be done with that. You're saying that it's really over. Hell yeah. See ya. Mommy almost cussing at the end. Anyways, I'll talk to you soon. Happy eclipse season. Enjoy the shifts. Rest as needed. Here we go. Here we freaking go.